Hello, this is Pastor Mark, interim pastor of the Community Church in Glen Rock, New Jersey. This is, believe it or not, Community Church Conversation number 14. And we just keep getting better and better. Today we're hearing from Corrine, who was a New Yorker. Now we have her in Jersey.
Jersey girl.
Yes, a good Jersey girl. Tell me, how in the world did you wind up being in New York of all places? I'm a Jersey snob.
Well, I was born in New York, just north of New York City in Yonkers. And then when I was 16, my parents moved to Hillsdale, Woodcliff Lake, and finished our high school there. And then went off to a 2-year college, came back and met my husband in London.
Oh, you're getting ahead of the story.
Oh, okay.
You started working in New York, right?
I was working in the city, yes, New York City after college.
And you worked for Colgate Palmolive, I
Worked for
believe.
Colgate Palmolive in their advertising media department, and that was really a nice, fun job. And then
I want to thank you for that. When I was a little kid, my father was a banker and he talked about stocks. And I actually sat on Santa's lap and he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I told him I
Colgate
wanted,
Palmolive stock.
no, I said I wanted blue chip stocks.
Oh,
And Santa
how did
looked,
you know that word?
my father was a banker
Oh,
at that
okay.
time. And Santa says, "You want what?" Well, blue chip stocks. He said, "Don't you want toys?" He said, "No, I'll take the dividends of the stock, buy my own toys."
Wow,
And he
that's
kind of
interesting.
basically said, "Go away, kid." But where the story is going, for an eighth grade graduation present, my then girlfriend's father bought me my first share of stock, and that was a
Oh,
Colgate
Colgate Palmolive.
because that was a Jersey City company.
It was
Yes,
right on the border.
we still had the Colgate
Yeah,
clock.
yeah.
So anyway, thank you for keeping that company going for me.
Well,
I'm still invested in Colgate.
me too.
Good.
I bought the stock.
Yes. And so you worked in New York City. You were a young lady then.
Yes,
And you,
the single scene, but
of
I dated
course,
myself.
don't
No,
get into too
no,
many
no, no,
details there.
no.
Okay, good. But you almost met four very famous people in a band.
Well, I was working at Colgate Palmolive, which was their office, the main office on Park Avenue and 49th Street, between 49th and 50th. And I was out for lunch one day at 1964 or 65. And I heard this roar of the crowd, and it was in a hotel just north of, maybe 3 or 4 blocks north of where I was, and it was the Beatles arriving, and it was throngs of the fans screaming about, we're so excited. I didn't walk up. I guess I could have walked up and seen them, but I never met them.
Ah,
But I
too
mean,
bad. We
yeah,
were close.
yeah, I was very close,
That was
and
it.
almost.
Yes.
I still remember the excitement, though, the roar of the crowd. It was
Mhm.
so far away.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were just a phenomenon.
yeah,
I was very little then, and I saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show.
yeah.
My parents were nice. They let us stay up late to watch them,
Oh,
and we went crazy.
yeah, yeah.
We did.
No, they were very talented.
They were. And
Very,
they
they,
knew how to market themselves.
yes.
That's for
But
sure.
their music, I mean, it's just their music is.
I still listen to my LPs of the
Mhm.
Beatles. I
Oh,
do. I have LPs literally and the
mm,
turntable
yes.
that I still,
That's gotten very. People are going and getting
yes,
the vinyls, they call them, I guess.
yes. And my wife told me 20 years ago, get rid of those things. I
They're
said,
valuable.
I said no. And I
Yeah,
still listen to them.
yeah. No,
Yes.
if you keep something long enough,
Eventually.
sometimes.
Eventually. So I am told too that you, for a year, I think it was, were an illegal alien in a foreign country. Is that true?
Well, I was sent over to London by a company I was working for in New York, small magazine. And they had an office in London, and they said, you know, if you we could use you over there if you want to go. And I thought, why not?
Yeah. You're young, you're single.
But the deal was is that they paid my flight, and they gave me half my salary. You know, I was, and they wanted me to go fairly soon, so we didn't bother to get, you know, file papers. So I went in because I didn't know how long I'd be staying, and so I went in as a tourist. You know, you have 3 months. No, yeah, I think it's 90 days, right? And so I went over there, and then I stayed longer than 3 months. And then when I left, I thought I could just say, you know, oh, whatever. And they, you know, stamped my passport at some point and said I had to leave. They wanted to see how much money I had. You know, they're concerned about people living off the government.
Okay.
So
And so you got thrown out of.
basically, I had to show them my airline ticket home
Mhm.
in order for them to let me stay extra time.
And so did you ever go
It
back?
didn't phase me. I mean, you know, once I got the stamp that I could stay longer, I wasn't too concerned. But
Okay.
yeah.
Did you ever go back to England?
Oh,
Yeah.
many times, many times.
Okay. So they did let you in and out.
Yes.
Well, that's nice.
They didn't, you know, kick me out forever.
Well, that's good.
I wasn't a criminal.
Well, you were an illegal alien, I mean, really. And you met future husband
I
there.
did.
Tell me about that.
Well, I was very homesick. I would have come home, you know, if I could have come home, I would have. But there was a gal in the office, and she said, and they have a lot of, they're very sports minded country. So they don't go shopping. Their stores close at 2 o'clock on Saturday. And so
Really?
yeah, that was in the 60s.
Why did they close their stores at 2
Because
o'clock?
people don't, it's not their entertainment or whatever to shop over there.
Well,
It's
that's
the
a
time-
little different than here.
Yes, they're much more into athletics, like, you know, so they do things, they just, for their entertainment on the weekend, many times you just go to a game. So I went to a rugby game with this gal, and my husband, my future husband at the time, of course I didn't know, but he played rugby. And
That's a tough game. Wow.
yes,
I've seen some of those
Yes.
rugby.
they don't, because they don't wear what the
Any
American
padding,
football
yeah.
wears, right? Well, players wear.
They just gang tackle each other.
Well, no, you can only tackle the person with the ball,
Okay.
and you know, it's a different.
But 6 of you can tackle that person with the ball at once.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah,
That is like
Charlie
wild
would look
game.
at the game now and he'd say, "Oh my gosh, it's really a rough." You know. I think it got a little rougher. I don't know, but yes, he was a very good player.
So did you marry in England then, or what happened?
No, he decided he was coming over with his team. His rugby team was going on a tour of the United States, just coincidentally, and he came over here and toured with the team. And then he said, you know, I like it here. He said, I think I'm going to try to emigrate. So he couldn't get into the United States, but he got into Canada. And he went to Toronto. He thought he had a job all lined up, and when he got there, they said they were overstaffed, and the man was terribly sorry. So plan B was that he'd come to the States as an illegal, and
Your family has this history of illegal aliens.
we've never done anything, you know, bad after that.
Hope not.
And then so he came down, and he luckily found a job in New York City with an English company that had an office in Canada. So they paid him through Canada, and he was able to stay. And eventually he worked for a company in Glen Rock.
Oh, what did he do?
Charlie was well, they called him quantity surveyor in Britain, but they don't have that assignment here. It's a construction estimator. They take the drawings from an architect and they figure out how much it's going to cost to build something. And he was in commercial, and it was like, they built hotels and churches and small developments, shopping malls and stuff.
Oh, wow, how interesting.
Yeah.
And he's the guy who put together the numbers.
It was very stressful because you had a bid that you had to put in at a certain time, and it was a lot of putting numbers and things together. So, but
So you folks moved to Glen Rock,
yes.
excuse me.
Yeah.
I knew a town in Glenmont, which was near my home in Albany.
Okay.
And so I still make that mistake.
Yeah.
And that is the town that Al Jansen was in before he came down here.
Al Jansen.
Yeah, Glenmont and Glen Rock. I get them confused.
Yes.
So anyway, you moved to Glen Rock when, and is that when you started coming to church here?
Yes, moved to Glen Rock in 1972, and I think we found community church right away.
That's wonderful.
And
what did you and your husband do in terms of your volunteering here?
Well, I was on the I was a Sunday school teacher, and I was on the stewardship committee for a while, and and raised our children here. So we were involved with the any kind of activity they were in.
Sure.
Volunteering.
And of course, you're part of the ladies group.
And now I'm part of the women's ministry, which is very worthwhile.
That's an active group.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we have book group and just luncheons and raising money for needy organizations.
Tell me, right now you're raising money for raising donations for River Ministry.
Yes.
Okay. Well, what are you soliciting help with? What are you collecting?
Well, we're collecting clothing and toiletries and anything, like gloves and hats and sweaters and even jackets, I believe, and sweatshirts or whatever, and then toiletries that people would need. And I believe there was one thing you mentioned that's particularly kind of a little packet of small things for toiletries.
Yeah, one of the issues for people on food stamps.
Yeah.
And for people in shelters.
That's not covered.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, feminine sanitary products are not covered.
Okay.
And most people don't think about contributing them. They think about food.
Right.
But I can't think of a necessity more than these women's sanitary products.
Yeah.
So a lot of places really love that as a donation.
It's good.
Yes, because you can tell the food stamp laws were written by men. They didn't think of that as a necessity.
Right.
Really?
Come on. Right.
Come on, folks.
Yeah.
So you're running that mission.
Yes.
You've got a luncheon, I believe, coming up next week.
Yes, on the 12th.
That's the ladies group.
That's the women's ministry is organizing a Christmas luncheon, which is a staff, inviting the staff of the church staff to come. And it's going to be at Fiona's, and there's going to be a grab bag, like a Christmas grab bag.
Oh, nice. Sounds very, very
It's a nice restaurant in Midland Park.
Excellent. I don't think I've been there yet, so I look forward to having lunch with you.
Very good. And I think Janet Chen is, collecting the money for it, beforehand.
That's wondrous.
Yeah.
Now, you've broken my heart. I'm going to get dramatic on you. I'm told that you're not going to be here for a Christmas concert on the 22nd.
No.
Where you going to be?
Well, I have a daughter who lives in Leslie, Hodgson. She lives in up in Vermont, and her daughter is up by Stowe, so it's a long trip. But her daughter is in she's a senior in high school, and she's has the lead in Hadestown, and And that's like on the 19th, 20th. So I'm gonna go, I want to see her. And then I said, well, I might as well stay there and celebrate Christmas with
Of
the family up
course.
there.
Of course.
So that's what I'm doing. And unfortunately, I'm sorry that I'll be missing, because I love the Christmas activities
course.
here. They're so
Of
nice.
course.
And going to your home afterwards is
Well, there's a
a nice
second,
community.
there is a second chance. You're gonna miss Christmas Eve at the parsonage,
Yes,
but we're planning a small New Year's Eve
yes,
first worship service at the parsonage and then a party at the parsonage.
yes.
Will you be back by New Year's Eve?
I will be back by New Year's Eve, yes.
Oh, that'd
I
be
think-
great to have you there.
I think I'll be able to come to that.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
That is a potluck. So what kind of dish can you bring?
Well, I could bring macaroni and cheese. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's good. That always goes down well. It's comfort food.
Well, actually, my husband was Scottish, and there's a dish that he loved, and it's basically shepherd's pie.
Oh,
Everyone loves shepherd's pie.
of course we do. Yes,
So I could do a shepherd's pie.
I would love it. Would you please? For New
And it's
Year's
so
Eve?
funny because it's a basic dish, and you think, oh gosh, maybe, but
It's
it's
delicious.
tasty. And
Yes.
so I
There-
could give that to him every night of the week. He loved it.
You can give it to me every night of the week too, and I'd love it. Yes. Okay, something to look forward to.
So New Year's Eve,
New
if I'm
Year's Eve.
here, I mean, I will be here, but yes, I hope to be.
Just be there and bring your shepherd's pie,
Okay,
please.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the suggestion, because sometimes you say, what am I gonna make,
And that's why I always say at a potluck, look, if you don't know what to bring, ask me.
Yeah,
I'll give a suggestion.
Yeah.
I enjoy other people's cooking.
yes,
I really, really do.
yes. I agree, and it's homemade and it's always tasty.
Yes.
Yes,
If you're looking for a family this holiday season, come here. The
Mhm.
Community Church
Definitely.
of Glen Rock.
Mhm.
I thank you for talking to us today. Please accept this invitation. Come.
yes.
Come to the Community Church of Glen Rock this whole month of December.
Mhm.
You will hear glorious music, hear how much God loves you. You'll find the peace of Christ, and you'll sure find good food and fellowship.
Definitely.
If you need a family of choice, we're here for you. This is Pastor Mark, interim pastor of Community Church of Glen Rock, and this has been Community Church Conversations. I thank you for listening. Merry Christmas
Yes, Merry Christmas.
and a Happy New Year.